Night of the Ghouls is my favorite Ed Wood movie, and the elevator pitch or escalator pitch, I can't remember which, that I would give if I had to explain this to somebody is that Ed Wood invented both Ghost and the X-Files, because this is a movie about a police lieutenant who only investigates supernatural crimes, who comes up against a fake psychic who actually is a real psychic and doesn't realize it, and who is raising the dead. And it turns out that I had written some notes for this a couple of years ago, and they're too funny, and I have to read it to you now. Criswell, the narrator, looks at you as if he has seen you before, because he has, for you are a part of the Ed Wood cosmos. He sits up from his buttery soft coffin lining and begins to read his lines from the cue cards, as he has on so many occasions before. But there's something different this time. All Criswell can manage to push from his lips is a stream of absurdities. The word salad he sets obtrusively upon your table is tinged with mold, as if you had ordered it with a drizzle of blue cheese emulsion, while on any other day for night, Criswell would intone the lavender prose the cards would show him with all the brightness they deserve. Now he shows us through a glass darkly the workings of a hastily assembled police station. There are, he tells us, the crimes our porcine protagonists prosecute plainly, and then there is the panicky place where our story begins. But here's another clever derivation. Criswell has shown us every detail of the booking procedure for a purse snatcher. The thief is standing so close to the sergeant's desk that we are as riveted as the camera that gives us the only angle of every scene in this station. Is this common crook the catalyst for our tale of threshold people in twilight time? No, for standing further away and afforded much less scrutiny is a sobbing woman, and a man who reassures her that the police will take care of everything. In the fullness of time, we will learn the terrible truth to which our narrator has heretofore only alluded. But Criswell swerves yet again. Somehow this terrified couple's shadowy predicament relates, or perhaps does not relate, to several minutes of unrelated footage, which includes at least 2 cameos from auteur Edward Wood, because before we can be told what this story is about, he must tell us what this story isn't about. What do the intrepid inspectors of the local police consider to be the major horror of our time? Is it awkward dancing, wildly swinging haymakers, deadly car accidents statistically predicted over each holiday weekend? No, these are merely the shaggy dogs of the Protracted Prologue. The real horror, the terror, is a teenager parked in a lover's lane, a delinquent who doesn't take rejection well. His date finally breaks away, socks him right in his errant kisser, and absconds into the well-lit darkness. He galumps after her, but alas, soon they both submit to the spectral embrace of a woman in black, a tenebrous bride that some might term a ghoul. Now, you ever write something, and I know I wrote that. I remember working on some notes for Night of the Ghouls, but reading that, it's as if somebody else wrote it, and it just tickles me. But this is my favorite Ed Wood movie, and my husband knew that. That's why he asked me to say something about it to y'all. I enjoy that there's a medium that's accidentally raising up ghosts, and that there's a police procedural. There's a good story here, but Ed Wood never let a good story get in the way of whatever the hell it was that he was doing. And I'm not making fun of this. I really do like it. And it's, I never realized before watching it today that there's a whole Ed Wood universe involved in this film, that they mention both Bride of the Monster and Plan 9 from Outer Space, as if these characters have been investigating the lieutenant and his uniformed police sidekick that go out to this house. It's the house where Bride of the Monster was taking place on, I believe they said it was Willow Lake. But, there's a very short story here that's been padded, and then Night of the Ghouls was put away, and somebody found it in 1983 and released it. So who knows? I mean, who put in all the stock footage, or what Ed Wood have done with it in the end. But of all the movies I've seen of his, I enjoy this one the most. And I guess that's all I have to say. I'll talk to you Friday.